Okay. Let's go. Sound. Hello and welcome, everyone, to Ethics and Technology, a course where we dive into the fascinating, sometimes wild, and always thought-provoking intersection of the digital world and moral philosophy. You're not just going to be learning about what technology is or how it works. You're going to be grappling with the big questions. Questions like, how does technology shape us, and how do we shape it? And perhaps more provocatively, are we better or worse off with the technologies we've so eagerly embraced? We start at the very beginning. What are ethics? Imagine you're driving a car with no brakes. You have a split second to decide whether to swerve and hit one pedestrian or continue straight and hit 5. This is the stuff of ethical dilemmas, and we're going to see how technology complicates these age-old questions. Next, in week 2, we tackle the question, what is technology? You might think it's just your phone or the internet, but it's much broader than that. Technology includes everything from the wheel to the atomic bomb. We'll read Technology, the Emergence of a Hazardous Concept by Marx. No, not that Marx, which shows us that technology isn't just about gadgets, it's about power, control, and the unforeseen consequences that come with them. In week 3, we're going to challenge a big idea. Does technology change society all on its own, or do we have more control than we think? Think of social media. It didn't just appear out of nowhere and take over our lives. There's a reason it's so addictive, and it's got a lot to do with us. We'll read Malcolm Gladwell's The Revolution Will Not Be Tweeted and explore why some people believe that technology isn't the revolutionary force we think it is. Week 4 takes us into the world of viral technologies. Remember how Martin Luther sparked a revolution by nailing his 99 theses to a church door? It turns out he went viral, 16th century style. We'll explore how technologies of easy copying has always been about spreading ideas and what happens when those ideas catch fire, for better or for worse. Fasten your seatbelts. Week 5 is all about transportation technology. From the invention of the car to the rise of autonomous vehicles, transportation has always been a disruptive force. We'll listen to the podcast I Love You, Waymo, and discuss how transportation technology is reshaping our cities, our jobs, and even our sense of freedom. Although we won't be covering time travel in this class, in week 6, we'll explore how technology manipulates our perception of time. Think about how the railway system, then cars, and then plane travel changed the way people experience distance and time, or how our modern devices are constantly trying to save us time. But are they really? We'll dive into these questions with a fascinating look at the history of rail travel and timekeeping. In week 7, we explore how technology shapes identity. Have you ever thought about how you act and appear online? From selfies to deepfakes, our tools don't just capture who we are, they help create who we are. We'll look at how people construct identities through technology and the ethical implications of that. Week 8 is where things get serious. We'll look at machine bias and how algorithms, those seemingly neutral tools, can inherit and even amplify human prejudices. This is where ethics meets cold, hard data, and it's going to make you question everything you thought you knew about fairness in technology. In week 9, we're hoping to tackle the massive topic of what's allowed online and why. Who decides what content stays up or comes down? What biases are reflected in these decisions? We'll explore the politics of platforms and the ethical dilemmas of content moderation. Week 10 tackles the question, why aren't there more women in tech? As a 2023 study from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology reports, women represent only 25% of the computer technology workforce and only 28% of the STEM fields in general. We'll read about the historical relationship between gender and technology and discuss why gender bias persists in an industry that prides itself on innovation. As we move towards the end of the semester in weeks 11 and 12, we will be shifting gears to talk about love. Yes, love. How do dating apps, algorithms, and online personas change the way we connect with others? Here we'll examine the romantic and sometimes tragic intersection of love and technology. Is it true that dating apps have killed romance? Let's find out. In the last week of our learning content, we'll explore whether you and all of your digital traces online have the right to be forgotten. In the digital age, our mistakes, our triumphs, and everything in between can be immortalized online. But should they be? This week's discussion will be a deep dive into the ethics of digital memory and reputation. In the last 2 weeks of the course, you'll be working on your book review video, where you'll apply what you've learned to a text of your choosing. This isn't just a chance to show off what you know, it's an opportunity to reflect on how the ethical issues we've explored resonate with you personally and academically. I hope that you find this project to be both challenging and rewarding. So, are you ready to dive into the ethical gray areas of technology? This course just isn't about learning facts, it's about challenging the way you think about the tools you use every day. Get ready to question, debate, and ultimately improve the way you understand technology.